Doug.
And I'm Cathy.
This is Maggie Mae. Join us as we follow the moon. Today, we want to bring you along with us as we explore the southern part of the state of Illinois, the part of Illinois that borders the Ohio River. And we are just in our first day out here, and we have found some amazing scenery we want to share with you. We're going to start off today at Ferne Clyffe State Park. And come along, you will absolutely not believe this is Illinois.
That's right.
Now we start off at Boat Rock, and that's what we were just sitting in front of as we opened. That's a huge rock that looks just like a boat from the side.
It sure does.
The first trail we did was the Big Rocky Hollow Trail. And where the parking area is, there's a loop. This one goes off to the right. There's 3 more trails that go off to the left. So this was kind of the main trail, it kind of looked like to us. Mm-hmm. But all 3 are amazing. We went on 3 of the 4. And again, this is scenery we did not expect to see in Illinois. It's just breathtaking.
There's so much to see as you're walking back and here.
Now this trail we chose to do first because, as you've probably seen, we're nuts for waterfalls. That's the site of their waterfall. There's water in the pool, but during the summer months, you really only have water coming out of there after it's been a couple of days of rain. And when we were there, it had been dry for the couple of weeks leading up to this. So there wasn't water coming out the waterfall, but it was still incredibly beautiful.
Yes, it was.
It seems like a lot of the waterfalls in this area are fed with the rainwaters more than they're fed with springs.
Now you saw a couple of kids playing in the water. However, I didn't let Maggie go in as much as she wanted to because we don't let her go in when the water has been warm.
Now there's 3 trails over to the left of this loop. This is the left-handmost one, and Hawksbill Trail will take you back a short ways. The trail splits in half and it forms a loop. A lot of these trails are loops, mm-hmm. and it makes it real easy that way. You go just a short ways and you'll start to see this first cave.
Yeah, that was so cool. It went way back in there, but I believe it was real short.
Yeah. It's fairly deep, but as you can see, it's not real tall.
Yeah. Maggie could have gone a lot further back in there.
Right. And this one was a little bit unusual because the trail goes along through that entire cave and then comes up on the other side. And at this point, we're thinking, well, that was pretty cool, and this is where we're going to start to hike out of here. Well, when it comes out the other side, first you get a great view back of where you've been.
Yeah. This trail narrows coming back on that side quite a bit, but look at that view.
That's the next cave you come to. And this one, again, you walk through the length of the cave.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is incredible.
You feel like you're walking back in time. I mean, you definitely are.
Yeah.
But you feel it.
And all the different colors in the rock. It goes from the light tans into the browns and blacks and grays. When you leave that second cave, you've still got some beautiful things to see on your way back out. Now this one is Rebman trail, and on the 3 trails on the left-hand side, this one is the one off towards the right. The one in the middle we didn't do. It was a 2.7 mile, if I remember right, trail. It was a little bit longer than what we wanted to do at this stage of the afternoon, and they were getting a little bit warm. This one is all bluff area, and it runs my mind there was an area in here right in the beginning that they did allow rock climbing.
Yes, they did.
I like these guys.
I know.
Looked like they were covered in green velvet.
Yep. There was a lot of tree canopy, which helped during the heat, but it's been getting hot.
And humid. So Ferne Clyffe State Park, definitely on our list of places that you want to go for nice, easy, relaxing hikes that definitely give you a good reward.
Absolutely.
Well, today's journey, we're starting over by Elizabethtown, Illinois, and we are at Tower Rock. And Tower Rock is this rock formation right on the Ohio River. We just had a big barge go by. That's probably what you hear in the background. But come along with us. We're going to show you this area and a couple more. Now, I've got to tell you, we were excited for our second day of hiking in southern Illinois. Tower Rock is right on the Ohio River. Very small parking area, and the trail's not as wide, but it is well marked. It's easy.
Yeah.
It is uphill on the way up there and downhill on the way back.
Good exercise.
But it takes you up on top of Tower Rock, and the view looking over the Ohio River is incredible. Now this is on Tower Rock, looking over to your left, looking down, and giving you the entire shoreline there along the state of Kentucky from Illinois.
There was hardly a cloud in the sky.
And there was nobody here the whole time we were here, so it was very peaceful. Just a great place to sit back and relax and watch the barge go by.
That's right. Well, we saw turtles down there.
That's right. Now this next spot, Cave and Rock, is amazing. And this is one you have no excuse to not go. It has this set of stairs going from the parking area down towards the river, and that is all of the walk it is. It's very short and very easy to get to. These rocks are absolutely amazing, but as they say, you ain't seen nothing yet.
That's right.
This is like almost a concrete sidewalk.
Yeah.
And it just goes around these rocks, and as you get to where Cathy was, you start to come around this corner and you see this cave. That does not do it justice.
Not at all.
This cave is known to have had pirates and ne'er-do-wells that stayed in it there as their station along the river.
It's mind-blowing.
It is. Now it is a little bit damp as you go through there because of the seepage coming through the top of the cave. So you do have to watch your step a little bit. It's all rock, obviously. But this cave just keeps going and going. It's huge.
Yeah, it is. And it had like a secondary room off to the right.
Off to the right, yeah.
Yeah.
And you see that light spot there? That's sunlight. There's a crack that runs completely across here that's grated off at the top.
We are in one of the biggest caves I've been in. It's called Cave and Rock. Hopefully that isn't an action word. Yeah, this is pretty amazing.
And that's once you're back in the back looking back out. To give you an idea of how large that opening really is, that kind of puts it in perspective.
Yeah, there we are.
That's a must go to. While you're at Cave and Rock State Park, you have to stop. Perfect timing for us. It was beginning to be early afternoon at Kaler's. Kaler's is a small diner type restaurant. Really good food. We sat on the patio with Maggie. They're looking over the Ohio River. Cathy had a great chef salad. I had fried mushrooms and a Reuben. I splurged. Really good food.
It was good.
Next up, this is one that actually brought us to this area. Garden of the Gods in Shawnee National Forest. Now, you've heard of Garden of the Gods, I'm sure, with Colorado, which has got to be amazing, and that's on our list too.
Absolutely.
This is less than a half-mile trail, and you leave the parking lot, just a short walk, you start to see these rock formations. The walk is a loop. It's just a circle. These rock formations are incredible, and they keep, the further in you go, the more incredible they get. It is all open area. You'll see people climbing on the rocks.
But the path itself was very easy to
was.
walk through.
In fact, this was the only narrow spot in it, and it was real easy to walk through.
It's very humbling to be amongst these rocks.
As beautiful as these rock formations are, we'll show you some pictures here in a moment of people actually standing on these rocks, and you'll see how large this formation is. It's not like anything I've ever seen before.
Now what forms this is that this used to be all underwater.
It was an ancient sea, and you can see the lines where the water have worn away at this. Very easy walk. Again, this is one you don't have a reason not to go to.
Parking was very adequate.
Yeah, and I have to compliment Illinois too. Their state parks are all free of charge.
Yeah.
So everything you've seen here in state parks, there was no charge to go to. Now, if you look on the top of this rock over there is a person, and over across from us, give you an idea of the size.
And you want to be careful getting towards the edges.
That's right. The views are incredible, and then you'll start to see the rocks taper back away as you're going back towards the parking area.
Good morning.
Today we're starting our day off at Giant City State Park, and Giant City is actually home to one of the most photographed features in all of the Illinois State Park, the Devils
Standtable.
I want to say standpipe for some reason every time. Devils Standtable. It's only a third of a mile trek. There's a couple other trails here, so we're going to start off here this morning and hope you enjoy everywhere we go today. Now again, another short hike. This is in Giant City State Park, and we actually planned this day to have two different hikes in Giant City. This was the first one, and you go in again just a short ways, and you're greeted with this bluff in front of you, and then it's a loop trail that goes around. A lot of these loop trails, and they are so nice.
Easy to keep from getting lost.
That's right.
Just stay on the trail.
Keep going in circles. There's caves. The rock along the bluffs had holes in it, and there were pigeons that had made those holes their home, and you'd hear them echoing up in there. There was just a little wooden bridge that you walked across the water, and then you see the stand table. It's that mushroom shape there because the rock at the top was full of
Iron.
and the water didn't erode it as much as it did the limestone that's holding it up. Much easier to see in the early spring and the fall when the trees are not as thick as what they are. The other trail that we did there was the Giant City Nature Trail. This one was definitely one of the most unusual
Oh, yes.
I have ever seen. I love this trail. Now it starts off much the same as a lot of the other trails that you'll see these bluffs, you'll see caves.
I had no idea this was Illinois.
I know. I grew up in Ohio, and I think of Illinois as being Midwestern cornfields.
Yeah.
Now towards the back of the loop, you'll see this wooden staircase and decking going across. This is where it gets incredible. You'll be walking and you'll see a rock right in front of you. It'll have a sign there for Nature Trail. You'll turn to the right, and on this rock, as much as I'm not big on graffiti in these parks, these are carvings of people's names and dates that go back into the 1800s.
It was amazing.
There's so much history on that. And you go past that, and these huge big stone tablets. You walk up this staircase between these rocks, and this balanced rock is enormous. You walk right under it. There's areas where you walk between the rocks, under the rocks. It's just an absolutely incredible trail, and it's a very easy trail. At the very end, one of the last things you come across is this little cave, the sidewalk going back in under. Now, we went over to the Pomona Natural Bridge in Shawnee National Forest to end our day. And again, very short trail, I think maybe 3/10 of a mile. And it had just started to sprinkle. This one we had some gravel roads getting back to it. Mm-hmm. It's maybe not quite as easy to find, but with all trails, took us right to it.
That's right.
And that is the bridge right there. And one thing that was unique with this, I'm over there right now standing on that bridge looking back across at where Cathy is. You can see completely around this natural bridge. You can walk across it, and you can walk under it. It's really neat. So many of these bridges, you'll see them, but you can't walk on them or anything.
Right.
And this one was amazing.
It was a little wet, so it made it a little scary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it had been sprinkling when we first got there. The tree canopies kept us dry. It was not a problem. But now over at the side of it, there's a trail that goes down underneath.
And that's underneath it.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Well, we've ended up our time here in southern Illinois, hiking through Bellsmith Springs Trail and through the natural bridge. It's the largest natural bridge in the state of Illinois.
That's right.
Now, Belle Smith Springs State Park is home to the largest natural bridge in the state. It stands over 60 foot tall. This one was a little bit longer hike. Beautiful scenery. I believe it was total about 2 miles for the loop.
We did cross water. Want to wear boots. There's the pyramid.
I love that rock. And this one, when you first cross the river or cross the creek right there, right in front of you is the natural bridge. But there's so much vegetation, it's right back in there.
Yeah.
We didn't see it.
You don't notice it because it's so massive.
And so we went ahead and took the walk. It runs down along the river there. Goes completely back along the low part. Comes up along the higher part of the rocks. And at the back of that loop is where you'll come across the bridge. And you do literally come across it. The trail is the top of the bridge. This one you do walk across also. That's looking off the side down into it. There you can see how thick that bridge is.
Yeah, seeing the people coming across there helps too.
When you leave that, there's this washed rock area that's part of the trail. It's just beautiful scenery. Cathy, what did you think of Illinois?
I was really surprised. I'm just amazed at these rocks. And it just is mind-blowing.
It's not at all the scenery I expected to see in southern Illinois, but it's kept our schedule busy while we've been here.
It sure has.
We hope you've enjoyed what you've gotten to see along with us. And if you are planning a trip and you're not sure where to go, don't just skip over southern Illinois. It's definitely worth your time. It's worth the stop.
Definitely.
If you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, please do so and ring that notification bell. That way you'll know when all of our videos come out. Leave us a thumbs up if you like this one.
And we appreciate you following us as we follow the moon.
Thanks for watching today.
If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel.
And be sure to ring the notification bell so you'll know when new videos come out.
Don't forget to follow us on social media too.